we live? Good morning, Noodlers. Yes, we are live. Good morning, Noodlers. This is Paul Romero with the Sella House, Arizona Wholesale Trailing. Just checking my stuff here, make sure everything's looking good. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay. Sorry. Sella House Wholesale Training, Wholesale Real Estate Training number, what are we on today? 51. Yeah, I know we're on 51 because Craig told us that we had 248s. We had a 49 there. John said we were on 50 yesterday, so I don't know where the heck we are. But 51, I believe, is the correct number today. And this being Wednesday, November 20. You know what? I'm going to go play golf tomorrow. That looks like fun. Wednesday, November. That's what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving. I'm going to play golf. Wednesday, November 26, 2014. Happy birthday, honey. It's my wife's birthday today. And tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So I am not, sorry, I'm out driving. I'm noodling right now. I'm out noodling right now, guys. So, forgive me if my attention gets jerked away from the screen for a moment because always keeping my eyes out for a deal when I'm on the road. So, just bear with me on this. John's not here this morning, unfortunately. I'm hoping he could kind of carry this for a moment as I get to my next location because I'm going to have to be getting out of the car and looking at this property here. But I guess I'll just be pulling up and talking to you guys for a moment longer. But yeah, this is part of noodling. You got to go out and look at properties. So where am I? So anyway, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. And I was about to say that for those of you that don't know, we're here in Phoenix, obviously, but that's not where I'm from. I'm from Lake Tahoe, California, actually. I came here 3 years ago to do this and build this business, and been very successful at taking it from knowing nothing, from being a guy who was working construction for many years, always knew real estate some way, shape or form was going to be the thing for me. But I'm not a traditional guy, I'm not a guy that I'm not a conformist. I'm not going to sit there and go to school and learn book smarts and go take a test and get a license and become a quote professional at whatever it is that I do because I know all the legal aspects of something, but I have no idea how the real world works. And so I knew there was a lot of angles in real estate. I just didn't know anything about them. I never knew where to find this information.
Continue 0.5 miles.
Quite frankly,
right on West Campbell Avenue.
Quite frankly, until I was about 40 something, never really even cared. Right around this world, pretty much an idiot, looking for a good time, and that was about the extent of my existence. Oh, thought I was gonna get a red like that. Anyway, yeah, built this business up, and to the point where, now we've got a very exciting future in front of us because of where we've taken this, where it's taken us. I'm not gonna take credit for where we've taken this.
On West Campbell Avenue.
It's pretty much taken us to where we are now, and I'm excited about it. I feel blessed, and I definitely appreciate and I'm grateful for everything that's happened. So I just want to put that out there, and just was kind of bringing this up because
Living at address 5023 on right.
Birthday, and she's not here in Phoenix right now. It's birthday away from each other, and I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, birthday away from each other. I'm at the house now. I just blocked this guy on the bicycle with his sodas. So how much time we got here? Oh wow, we've been in front of this place for a while. Anyway, doesn't matter. Nobody's living here at the moment, so the fact that I'm sitting here isn't really going to bug anybody. So anyway, let's see. What do we get into today? I have no idea. I'm after this property. I'm after the people who own this property here, and I wanted to come out and check it out. So my mind was really on that. Wasn't really prepared. I was expecting that John was going to be here to cover me on the back end, and so I hadn't made a plan. So let's look back here and see what the heck we were talking about, and that will give me some. And I don't have that. See, I didn't even bring that notebook with me. Well, let's do this. Let's look at the idea of who can do this business. Anybody can do this business, right? I just told you that I was a guy that was a construction worker. I bought a house, stack of mortgage papers because it was in California. Really didn't know what I was signing or what I was getting into. Not that that was the cause of my problems, but I mean, as far as the contract itself went, what was in that whole big stack of paperwork, what it all meant, um, I didn't know any much about it. I didn't really care. I was buying a house, and that's how most people buy houses. They don't really care about all that stuff. They certainly don't know anything about all that stuff, and so I went blindly into it. I knew it was a good idea, and if I wasn't such an idiot chasing a good time at that point in time in my life, that probably wouldn't have refinanced it 2 or 3 times. Although one of them was an attempt to flip a house, so that was an attempt to make some money, but we didn't make any money on the deal. We didn't lose anything, but we didn't really make anything on the deal, and but the problem with that is the fact that the money that we were going to make, I had pretty much spent before we sold the house. And then when we sold the house, the money that I spent wasn't there because we didn't make any money. So basically, that just threw me into further into debt. Um, so the whole so it wasn't that was my first experience. I was like in '98 with anything having to do with housing, having to do with real estate, having to do with anything like this. My next endeavor came in 2005, right around there, 4 or 5. With I don't know if you guys ever saw any late night infomercials with Russ Dalby and the Cash for Cash Flows um, note business. I got into that. Saw that one night, got all excited about it. Said, you know what, this is the angle for me. This is not traditional. This is something that is a little more cowboy, a little more up my alley, a little more something that not everybody's doing. No, although there was a lot of people who were trying, and in fact, I guess that's what shut him down, is all the people who were trying that were unsuccessful. I actually did have success at it, although I stunk at it. I wasn't good at it at all, but I did have some success. I actually landed a note deal, closed a note deal, made $2,000 on the note deal. Had the cojones to go back to the purchaser of the note and ask him if he would pay an extra $1,000 so that I could make 2,000 instead of 1,000 on the flip of a $187,000 note, and he agreed to do so. A lot of learning experiences in that. That was a business that was very similar to wholesaling because it was all about marketing, and marketing and sales, actually. And it was not so much random marketing as in wholesaling, because wholesaling throughout where I started, with learning about wholesaling 3 years ago, and everything prior to that, obviously, because this is where all the programs that I learned from were created from, obviously. So wholesaling, in the past has always been about a lot of random marketing, just putting it out there that we buy houses, and that random marketing would definitely produce, because prior to the crash, there was a lot of people out there that had no idea of this sort of an existence of this side of the coin, so to speak. So with this random marketing being presented to them, it was an eye opener. It was like, oh wow, this is available. I had no idea. I'm excited. I can do this. So there was a high attraction for motivated sellers because it was an eye opening experience. It was something new. After the crash, obviously, it was random marketing was great because there was so many people that were just so desperate. There was, motivated sellers were pouring out of the sewer pipes. I mean, there was motivated sellers everywhere. So, throwing out a bunch of random marketing would produce results, and no problem there. And the difference, the change now is that random marketing is going out to a lot of random people that are no longer in super desperate situations, and those who are in desperate enough situations, they already kind of know about this. And not only do they know about this, but so many others through the crash and through the promotion of the real estate and all of the people that have gone out there and and bought programs and went and learned all this stuff and are out there random marketing with you. So the people that you're random marketing to are getting a lot of random marketing, and so it's not as effective. The ratio of return on your marketing is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and it's very, very, very small now. Whereas, there was a time that was said that you send out 100 letters and you get 10 responses and you land one deal. I don't think so. Not anymore. Ain't like that. Now maybe in a couple areas around the country it might still be like that a little bit, but I guarantee you it is shrinking in those areas as well too. So random marketing is not the way of wholesaling. And what Property Noodlers is all about is not random marketing. Property Noodlers is not about lead generation. It's not about throwing out a bunch of marketing and waiting to see what comes back at you. Property Noodling is all about going out there and finding targeted leads. It's all about, we call it lead gathering. Okay, we don't we don't generate leads. We go gather our leads. And when we go to a property such as this one I've pulled up in front of today, I know what's going on here. Um, and I know that there is a situation here that I can do two things. Number one, obviously, I can make a lot of money off of this deal. But number two, and actually more important to me and to our system, is that there's some people here attached to this property that I can really help. That's the part that is exciting and fun, is the fact that there's some people here that we can really help. And so with all that, guys, I'm probably going to cut this a little bit short just because I want to get going on this. And I, I probably could walk around with this, but I might have to hop the fence and go in the backyard here. So with that in mind, I just want to say that, yeah, anybody can do this business, and this business is relatively easy, but you got to be going about it the right way. And the old way, while it does still work, it's not nearly as effective as it once was, and the lack of effectiveness of it is very, very discouraging, can be very discouraging, and can really, um, you know, turn people from wholesaler to whole failure very, very quickly, because most people that start this are looking for a way to make some big money fast and easy without having to spend a lot of money. And when you're doing random marketing, you're going to have to spend quite a bit of money to get a deal. And that's the part that Excuse me, my nose is getting a little stuffy. That's the part that people leave out. That's the part that they leave out of their programs is it all sounds fine and dandy. All you got to do is this, and this, and here's a deal, and you contracted, and then you turn around and you find a buyer, and you contract it to them, and you take it to the title company, and you flip it, and you make lots of money, and it all sounds great and spanking. And but the one thing that they never tell you is the fact that you're going to have to spend a lot of money on marketing up front, and they make it sound easy. And if they do tell you about, oh, you're gonna have to put out a lot of marketing, they don't tell you really what it costs. I mean, in today's world, with stamps being 50 cents a pop, I mean, you're looking pretty much at a dollar or more a mailing. And if you got to send out 500 mailings in order to hopefully land a deal, um, or if you have to send out 500 to as many as 2,000 mailings, depending on your marketplace, pop, that's a lot of money. And most people, like I said, who get into this don't have that kind of money. That's why they're interested in this. That's why they want to do this, because they don't have a lot of money. They're hoping to be able to generate a lot of money, not spend a lot of money. And, so they get into this and they're like, oh, wow, okay, well, maybe I could send 40 letters this week. And okay, so I'll send 40 letters this week. And then, letters and the phone doesn't ring. And they think, well, maybe I should, spend $100 and get some bandit signs. And so they spend $100 and they get some bandit signs. And they go out and they put their bandit signs up all over town, and the phone doesn't ring. And then so they go, well, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I can send another 40 letters. And that's $280 it's $180 I'll be spending already. And this is over the course of like a month or two, even, because these people don't have the money right out of the gate. So they're not able to create massive action quickly because of the lack of the funds that they have. A lot of the programs that you look at, the people that started out, there's an underlying factor to their stories. If you listen closely, two things. Number one is even though they have this rags to riches story that they had it all and lost it all and built it all back in wholesale, if you listen very closely, at the point in time when they built it all back, they weren't dead broke. They had money. They had access to money. They had things going on in their lives where they could potentially draw from and put money into this. And number two, that they don't tell people, is they all pretty much had some sort of serious backgrounds in marketing and sales at some level, whether it be high end, played on the Wall Street, stock levels, or whether it was a high end retail, a retail guy in the television store who was the top salesman. At one point in time, they had this kind of education and knowledge. They had this power. They had this ability within them, which that's the second piece that most people that get into this don't have. That's why we talk about mindset so much. That's why we talk about the whole idea of being open and willing to change and grow and self-development and all that stuff. Because if you really do want to be successful, highly successful at this, those are some skills you need to develop. And those aren't easy skills. Those aren't just go read a book and these are things that you have to actually do. And these are things that because of the way you were raised and the things you were taught and the things you were learned and how you see life and how you see what goes on around you and what you believe, and all of those things piled inside of you. Because of all those things, these things are difficult to impossible for people to be able to overcome. So that's why we talk about mindset so much, because you really have to develop a mindset. And I'll tell you right now, take me back 3 to 5 years ago. Well, actually, no, not three, because I started five. I'm going to say take me back 5 to 7 years ago, and I was you. Sales, forget it. I couldn't sell, Amish heaters to Eskimos, or or I couldn't sell snowballs in hell, as the expression goes. Um, you know, um, and the idea of selling, hated it, didn't want any part of it. The idea of being sold, didn't like it. I mean, the whole sales and marketing thing was like, no way, that's not me, never be me. The whole idea of talking in front of people like this, no way, that'll never be me. Never happen. And look at here I am now. And I'm still not great at sales and marketing, but you know what? I'll get out there and do it. I will talk to people. I can somewhat talk to people. I still have a little bit of an issue sometimes getting conversations started, but once I'm flowing, it goes pretty well. So, you know, there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle, and like I said, that's why we talk about all this. And so getting back to the whole idea of getting started in this business, and like I said, most people not having a whole lot of money, and most people going from wholesaler to wholesaler rather quickly because of the lack of funds, because of the lack of being able to take a massive action and create a deal quickly, which is what they came in here looking for. And when they can't create a massive action, when they can't manifest a deal quickly, and it drags out and it drags out and it drags out, obviously their excitement begins to wane, and the next thing you know, it's just like they just give up, and it's a shame because when they give up, usually they'll justify it. They'll justify themselves giving up with the fact that, oh, this is a bunch of BS. It's a scam. It doesn't work. And it's just a way, the only people making money in this business are the ones that are selling the programs, and which they are making a lot of money, no question about that. I'm not going to argue there. They got a lot of mine, but hey, I got my education through all those programs. So, but I was bullheaded and hard-headed enough to stick with it. So, you know, that's part of it too. You got to stick with it. I mean, if this is what you want, you have to build yourself a burning desire, as Napoleon Hill says, and you have to, create a massive obsession for what you want, and you need to come out here and go after it and get it. And that's kind of what noodling is all about as well, too. We have a burning desire to find deals, and we have a, a massive obsession to find deals, so we don't sit there and wait for randomness to bring them to us. We go out there and get them, and that's how we run this program, and that's how we teach you. And that's why, if you're interested in real estate wholesaling, noodling is the way to do it. And with that, everybody, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Um, Enjoy your turkey day. Oh, I know where I was going. I said I'm going to go play golf tomorrow because, yeah, see, the wife's not here in Phoenix. She's at home. So she's going to make a little turkey because she likes to cook, a little turkey breast and whatnot. But I'm not going to be having any turkey tomorrow. And what am I going to be doing? I don't know. Well, I know one thing. I got to put in a garbage disposal in the townhome that I live in down here. But yeah, I think I might treat myself to a round of golf tomorrow because probably not a great day for noodling. I don't like to I don't like to disturb people on holidays. So I have respect. I give people their space. I'm not gonna, even though it's probably a great time to actually be able to catch them, you know, and talk to people and that sort of thing. But I respect the holidays, and I'll give them their space, and I won't noodle on Thanksgiving. I won't noodle on Christmas. I won't noodle on New Year's Day. I won't noodle on you know 4th of July. Now, probably won't noodle on Veterans Day, but Valentine's Day I'll probably noodle. Columbus Day I'll noodle. President's Day I'll noodle. So I mean, there's certain holidays it's like, no big deal. The banks get them off. You know, we don't get them off. We all have to work regardless. So anyway, you know where to go. Propertynoodlers@gmail.com. See you guys out there. I gotta go. I gotta go get a deal. God bless.